Well, you see, what I'm trying to say is that I ain't saying that you ain't gonna get a better deal in the hereafter. That's gonna be real nice up there. But I don't see as how we get a whole hell of a lot of help down here on this here earth. I mean, I've been through a lot of strange things, and I could have got through them a whole hell of a lot better if I'd have had more faith given to me at the time the misery was going on. It's kind of a guessing game, and a lot of times you make plans and they get railroaded, and people go to school and study for years, trying to make something of themselves, and some of them die before they even get out of the school. Others finally get out, and it all seems futile. Something goes wrong with the plan. I guess I should have more faith, but I have asked for it before, and I didn't get it. And so I just don't know why we stumble along down here without no clear idea what's going on, and I just wish there could be a little more immediate help sometimes.
Well, he's got a legitimate complaint.
That's very true. Lots of times answers are not revealed until far into the future, if at all. So it is really quite a walk of faith indeed. But if you stick to your guns, it's going to pay off in the end. We are promised that. Let us move then to you, Clem Strickland.
Oh boy. Well, I start off with such a Nazarene, and it's very nice, nothing bad about it at all. But you talk about faith and talk about healing. You must know that I have prayed many times to be healed of this voice impediment. That's what is the reason why I have all this affliction. But don't no miracle happen. It says in the Bible that if you believe and you pray and believe that it's going to be that way, it will happen. But it don't. Not to me. Now, I know a miracle can happen, but I ain't never seen one. Not no physical miracle for me. And what does that mean? That miracle just for special people? What's wrong with one for me?
Sure, you sang that tune lots of times. But a lot of good things have happened to you.
Yeah, because of you and some of you guys, all your support and everything, but I talk about personal miracle about me and my own problem all by itself.
Well, I have noticed that even in the time Jesus was on earth, not everyone was healed all the time. Not everyone was raised from the dead. We cannot know why God does what he does at the times of his choosing, but he just keep trying to pray with sincerity. Remember, he didn't heal Paul either. There was the thorn in the flesh that remained. God knows I have enough of those too. For instance, today I have a pain in my foot. Now, why should that have to be? Is that a glory to God indeed? It makes no sense to me. Well, again we have the mysteries. But still it is good to ask. It says to ask, so.
But I get tired of that. I mean, I take that pretty hard to expect us to have all this faith, and we have to contend with the world, the flesh, and the devil, and the world do a bad thing, and the devil do a bad thing, and then you don't get no help from God. Where did that leave you?
Here, up against the wall.
It leaves you in a very tough spot, all right. But remember, David and all of them had that same kind of problems, and it says that man is born unto tribulation.
His days are short and full of tribulation. Life is hazardous to your health. Sure.
I wonder why he bothered to make us at all if he didn't like us any better than that.
Yeah.
Well, you will get to speak in a moment. We must move on now and take a look at... We would be looking at Eddie Summers, but he is out. Perhaps it is just as well we catch Eddie another time. Eddie's always best saved for later.
Here, like a dessert.
Eddie is Mormon, the Church of the Latter-day Saints. Eddie shares no seed, ladder or farmer.
Yeah.
Right, because of Eddie being vacant, we have the next one goes to you, Buck Travis.
Well, that's interesting you brought up about going to the Church of the Nazarene. That's what I come from. I've always liked it there, and, well, I've, had my little backslidings here and there, but I've stuck pretty well to the Church of the Nazarene. I have a lot of the same questions and wonderments that the rest of you's brought up. I've always took an interest in them guys that, went on them big spiritual quests, and religious leaders, that goes away to a cave or somewhere like that and looks deep into their soul and tries to come up with a spiritual truth. But I just don't really think I have the courage to do that kind of thing. I ain't sure I want to find out what might be lying back in there in the backside of my psyche or heart or whatever. Maybe it's best not to take too close to a look at that thing. I just try to keep myself kind of busy and occupied with the present time so as not to get myself into some kind of a mess that I ought not have been in, although I have done that many times just the same. Well, I like a lot of the inspirational stories and all, but I do find it awful troubling about why there had to be that flood with Noah. It was there, and such a powerful amount of destruction, and I have a powerful bad fear of drowning myself, and I just wish there could have been some other way. I guess there couldn't, or it wouldn't have come. But just the same, I was really appalled at all them people getting killed there. And then there's been an awful lot of terrible plagues fall upon people, awful wraths and judgments and so on. It's downright terrifying. And a lot of things is written in such a strange way, you can't tell if they're talking figurative or literal or what. And I just more or less kind of wish they'd have spelled it out more simple and, like I said, this group of things is right, this group of things is wrong. And it made it real plain and not used funny language, and that way wouldn't be so much room left over for you to flounder around and fall into pits here and there. And not Joseph, but Jonah and the belly of that whale, can you imagine? I wonder if he's unconscious or what. Well, there's just a lot I don't understand. Yeah, well, I agree to that every word.
Yeah, there's no way of sometimes, like he said, there's been a lot of scholars that have puzzled and fought over which translation of the Greek word or the Hebrew word is right, and they get into heated arguments about it. And sometimes you wonder, who does have the final word? King James or New Standard or this guy or that guy? I know, and sometimes people just say that it was written by men and it could be full of mistakes anyway, even though it was supposed to be inspired by the Holy Spirit. Well, there's no way to prove anything.
That's why it's good that you just study yourself, because people put in and take out different things. You have to be diligent to have a ground to stand on yourself. Indeed you do.
That's disturbing in itself.
Very true. Well, let's see what you have to say now, Valerie Vanderwood. Oh, I've been waiting for my turn to come. Well, I'm a Presbyterian, and I've tried, some different movements. The Church of Religious Science, for one, but that's the same as Science of Mind, although it's not Scientology. I wouldn't touch that one. And I've tried some brotherhood movements and unity and things like that, but I've come back to my Presbyterian. And the thing that raises the hair on my neck is when Paul stands up in church and says to the whole world for the women to be quiet in the church and ask their husbands, like they were dodos or something, about anything they want to know. Now, I really take issue with that. I agree with you, Valerie. I agree with you, Valerie. I knew you would, Mel. I knew you would, but I don't mean to be disrespectful. I just sincerely want to know what he could possibly mean by deriding womanhood that way. Jesus never did that. He never made a slur like that. Now, why did Paul do it? What was his point anyway?
Here, well, I've wondered that too, just in case that...
Yeah, in case you had the misfortune to be born a woman, right?
No, I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say, well, Paul, didn't have a wife or girlfriend. His whole life was the gospel. Maybe he was kind of lopsided on the issue of women.
That could be a good observation. Well, it certainly did do... I really just believe mostly in love and brotherhood, and that's what I want to focus on. And some preachers talk too much about hell, and I'm scared to death of it, and I don't want to hear about it. And damnation, and I don't want to hear about any of that. I just think that is so mean, and I just can't... Why did he make insufferable little vermin like us and have such nasty little hearts that we're supposed to be like little worms? And, they talk about man like he was lower than dirt all through the time, and how can you help it? I mean, did you ask to be born? Did you ask to be put here? No. But you're here anyway, like it or not, thrust upon a world you never made. And there you are trying to make sense of it. But what sense does it make? And the farther along you get, sometimes the less sense it makes at all. And some people get answers and others don't. Some get healed and others don't. Some die when they're a baby. Why come at all? What is the point of the whole affair? It sure is a lot of trouble for such a short span on earth, don't you think?
Yeah. Man's life is but a vapor. Aye.
Yeah. Why is it worth the trouble at all? Very good question, and one I have asked many times when things have gotten sticky. Let us just throw out some opinions here and see what some of you say on that.
Well, that's easy. Life is an opportunity to make the most of your gifts.
Well, what if you don't have that many gifts?
And what are you talking about? You were born rich.
Well, not richy rich, just comfortable. That's more than I had.
Well, you're doing a lot better now than you were.
Yeah, you sure are. But the thing of it is, life is a contest between God and Satan. You've got to pick sides and march to war like a Christian soldier and put your foot down on the neck of the devil. I'm afraid of him.
Yeah, she's terrified.
Oh, you can't be afraid of no devil. You gotta show him who's boss. He's boss?
Yeah, blimey.
No, here's the thing. Progress. Things have changed. They've come a long way. We've already demonstrated. So now the lot of everybody is better, and it just proves that
it wasn't static. We're still all of us evolving.
Evolving?
They grew out into monkeys, no doubt. Oh, for sure. Oh, Captain Squint, you wouldn't want us to go back to being just lowly slave women, would you?
I didn't think that would be so bad.
Oh, come on. Look at him. All the questions he could have asked, and he stuck on that one about Solomon and David and all their 10,000 wives and slave girls. My goodness, Squint.
Aye, but I did ask an important one about turning the cheek.
He did. He asked an important one, and I don't know what I would do there. I guess you would fight back, Squint, and I would run.
Here, who would you run to, darling?
To you, Captain Squint. Well, I guess you would, being his top fan and his fan club president.
Oh, yeah. What about me? I have to...
No, the thing is, it takes more faith. That's what you gotta do is...
No, look, really, the answer to the whole thing is that it's all perspective. It's all speculation, interpretation. Nobody exactly... That's true. Everybody's got their own opinion. You have to be careful and form your own opinion. Didn't listen to nobody.
I think that... No, I'm telling you... But listen, the important part, y'all missed one of the... I meant to say... I forgot to mention I was Lutheran myself.
I'm like Emma. There's too many devils running around. You can't concentrate on that.
Well, you tell us, Brett. You tell us all about God, since you never made a single mistake in your life.
Oh, I didn't say that. Aye, but you did.
Hey, look at you. Look at what you've done.
Why, I was innocently thrown into a world I never made.
No, I'm the one that said that.
That's right, he said that. But he's right, I think. I'm getting all mixed up.